Welcome to the second series of Lesson 5. In this series, we'll be learning about data acquisition of Earth observation. So there are a number of services or tools that have been suggested where you can be able to access the data sets that are going to be used for wetland vulnerability analysis. This information can be downloaded from these websites, which are free and open for the public use. And all you need to do is to register with the site and have the credentials to be able to download the datasets from the websites. So we'll go through each of them and see how to navigate through them to access the required datasets. I'll press Ctrl key and click on the URL or the web link for the site, and then it opens up the website, which is already here. So in selected geocoding method, you can select future or path row, address and places, but in this case we'll go with address and place. So then in I'll select the use map for selecting the area of interest, and we'll work with one of the hotspot wetlands of Ethiopia. So in these hotspots, then later we specify the date range. In a date range, we'll pick the 2020 images, starting from the month of January 1st up to today. So you can be able to say, okay, let me stop in July 2020, the month of date of 31st, and then we look at the cloud cover. I want the range to 100%. When I go to dataset, since we are interested in Landsat, I expand the Landsat section, go to the Landsat collection 1. In the collection 1, I am interested in Landsat collection 1 level 1. So in this case, we're interested in Landsat 8 because we need a 2020 image. So then I check the box for Landsat 8, and I go to additional criteria. I expand the different path here if I want to, but in this case I'll just leave everything as default, and then go to results. Now in results, in the left panel, you can be able to see that there are quite a number of images that have been obtained for me here, but by quick overview, you could be able to see that some images are really having a lot of clouds. For example, this one. So I'll just click on show browse overlay to quickly have an overview of the image. So in the display window, you can see that these images, some of them are having a very high cloud cover percentage. This is a little fairer, but still there is a lot of clouds on the lower side, though our area of interest where the wetland is have minimal cloud cover. You can click on next to be able to see another batch of images, and preferably you might be able to get something that is clearer for all the areas. But if we look at the metadata, it's in the first of 19th of January. It's an image of 19th of January 2020. So if based on your research or the reason for the images, in our case we want these images to do land use land cover, or even do mapping of water dynamics in the wetlands. So we could, if you're looking at the water dynamics in the wetlands, you can be able to go with the image of the dry season for Uganda in that case. So the month of January in Uganda is most cases dry period. So you can be able to pick this image. But if you're doing the land use land cover, you want to get the image during the season when there's a large vegetation cover in the area. So it's better to think about which period of the image you're interested in based on your analysis. So within these icons, as you can see, this one just basically shows the thumbnail of where the image is located, or the footprint. And then this, if you want to download a bunch of images, you can make an order of the scene and create a basket for it, and then be able to download a bunch of images together. But in our case, we'll just want a single image for this scene, for this area. So I click on download, and if you're not registered, it will prompt you to register with the site or log in. But in my case, I've already logged in, so I can just download the level 1 GeoTIFF data product. So you'll see that there is a range of data sets that you can download, but the one we are interested in is the one that is having a large size, and it's the GeoTIFF data product. So when you click on download, you should be able to start the download for you, and you can be able to have this image for your use. So go and check on acquisition of Sentinel images or imagery. So the Sentinel images are within provided by the European Space Agency, and it's under the Copernicus program. So we'll navigate to the site by clicking on the link, and it should be able to open the site. As I have mentioned earlier, you have to register with the site before you can be able to access the data. So in the home page, you need to scroll down and then be able to access the Open Hub section. So in the Open Hub section, it will take you to the interactive API, or the web application that can help you access the data. So first, you browse to the area that you're interested in. So today, in our case, we're going to do something in Rwanda. So the hotspots that we have for Rwanda are basically around this area. So we'll try to access some of the data sets from this area, for example. So what you do, you start by drawing either polygon or a rectangle around the area. So you right click and hold, and then you draw a square or around that area that you want to obtain the images from. After doing that, you click on this switch navigation mode, okay, so that you can be able to draw this rectangle around the area of interest. Then when you switch to navigation mode, you can be able to move around with your rectangle selected in that area. So then you open this menu to access the advanced search. In the advanced search, you check or select the Sentinel version that you're interested in, or the mission. So we're interested in mission of Sentinel-2, and then you go to the platform, the Sentinel satellite platform. We need a 2A, or you can also get a 2B. And then here if you've selected a 2A, then you select Sentinel S2 MSI, a multispectral image 2A. So after that, then you can be able to specify the cloud cover, but for a start, it's not advisable. It's first of all good to get everything, the junk of everything, and then because sometimes when you specify the cloud cover percentage, you might not have any image totally, yet the cloud may not be covering your study area. It might be covering another part just. So it's always good just leave this blank for now, and then search. So like I said earlier, you should be able to have the credentials for the site before you can be able to download an image. So it's prompting me to enter my credentials. I type password. So I've successfully logged in, and then if I search, it should be able to give me results. So as you can see, after running a search, you should be able to look at some of the images on the left-hand panel for your search based on your area of interest. As you will notice that every time I move my cursor along different images on the left-hand panel, within the display, you can be able to see which image is highlighted on the display. So you can decide on, for example, if you look at this image, it's the one covering this area. It's the one covering that area, but its cloud cover is really, really very poor. So I can be able to move through and also obtain another image that's covering that area, but with minimal cloud cover. I can be able to take that instead. But if you look at this is my area of interest. It's my area of interest, and what the system has done, it has selected all the images that intersect with my area of interest. So if I'm satisfied with an image, remember, if you're to obtain all the images that intersect on this area, then you'll have to download almost all these images based on the cloud cover. So for example, I can pick this image, which is this one, okay, and then I click on the download option, and I can download the product and save it in my computer. Then also I will have covered that section, and then also look for another section, let's say this, then I download this one also as well. If I'm not satisfied, I can go ahead one step again and look at other images of the area. As you can see, for my area of interest, I have over 566 products. So I can keep moving step by step until I get satisfactory images with minimal cloud cover for that area. We will also go ahead and download the rainfall data from the Termsat program. And if I press control and click on this link, I can be able to go to the site where the images are. And what I'm interested in the zipped files by years, or you could also download individual files. But remember, those files they are netcdf formats. So if you want a netcdf format of this resolution, it's about 4.7 kilometer resolution data. So you can be able to pick that if you want a netcdf file, and then you can convert it to maybe GeoTIFF or so forth. Or if you can only work with netcdf, that's also fine. So when you click on the zipped file, it opens this FPT directory, and then in FTP directory you can be able to pick monthly data if you want, or you want to pick daily or pt2 data. But for this case, we were interested in monthly data. And then these are all the data sets from 7th of March of April to May. So as you can see, this is data that runs from 1983 to 2000. So you can, if you have another download manager, you can download this at once. But if you don't, then you can click on the link, and then it will open up from the any download manager that you have, and you can do this. But also you can select all. Maybe from down up, you can select all this data. Then if you have internet download manager, you can download the selected links and check all this data that you're interested in. So I check all, and if I check all, I should be able to access all these data sets in my download manager and download them at once, unzip them, and then run my analysis to look at the drought over time. So these are GeoTIFF images which I can be able to within the GIS software, I can be able to generate annual drought frequencies and severity and so forth from this image. So we can go ahead and also check on the population density data. So control click on this link, and it will take you to the website which provides the population data. So we want 100-meter resolution data, which can be either individual countries or UN adjusted. So we click on the individual countries. So since we're working on the 10 East African countries, you can be able to go to here and be able to pick your area. These are all the continental data for all the countries. So you can be able to come here and be able to search for, let's say, South Sudan, So all the data sets for South Sudan is here, from year 2000 up to 2020. So you can be able to download them individually. And since we are interested in population data of the year 2000, we can be able to pick that data here. It's about 300 megabytes of data. So that's how to obtain the population density data for the 10 East African countries. So also let's go ahead and access the data sets from the RCMRD GeoPortal. So I click on the GeoPortal, Control Hold, and then click on the GeoPortal. Within the GeoPortal, I go to Explore Data, and in Explore Data, I type on, let's say, DEM. So if I don't get something there, then I type maybe as STRM. That is not there. Based on we want to obtain the land cover data for individual countries. So I go back and say, I say Kenya. So when I type Kenya, I can be able to look for the land use land cover data sets for Kenya, which is the recent one is 2016 on the GeoPortal. But also I can be able to access the digital elevation model, the SRTM data, 30-meter resolution. I can be able to also access the populated places of Kenya, and so forth. So if I type maybe if I type press back key and type South Sudan. So South Sudan, you can be able to access the land cover for that area also, and then the digital elevation model of that data also, as well as the other data sets that you could be interested in. So that's how to access the land use land cover data from the Maradi GeoPortal. Sometimes you may not know what you want, so you can just click on raster. You can click on raster, and then it should be able to open for you all the raster data sets for the countries that have been uploaded in the GeoPortal, and you can scroll step by step until you get what you want. But if you already know what you want, you can define it and be able to search for it straightforward. Another GeoPortal that we can explore is the ICPAC GeoPortal. So within the GeoPark portal, it's also the interface looks the same. So you can just click on raster data, and then you'll be able to view all the raster data sets under ICPAC. Search for what you actually want and do that. So within the ICPAC GeoPortal for our work, the data set we're interested in is the potential land degradation. Potential land degradation. So for all the 10 of East African countries, they are located here. So maybe we can pick for Rwanda and be able to click on this link. When you click on the link, you can be able to, it takes you to the interface where you can be able to download the data directly to your drive. So here you can be able to see the data displayed within this web map application. And then you can be able to navigate on your right hand side where you see download layer. When you click on download layer, it gives you so many options of the layers that you can download. But because we need a raster data set, we pick a GeoTIFF option, and then your download manager should be able to capture that, and you can be able to download this. So in summary, we've gone through the process of data acquisition, and we have seen that there are different data providers that are Earth observation based. If you are already familiar with this process, this is really an optional process. You don't have to do this. But if it's your first time to interact with these websites, you can be able to do this through the process we have gone through. Also, remember that these are not the only websites where you can obtain all the required data sets to carry out wetland vulnerability analysis. If you have also other options, other websites that you very much aware of, please feel free to share in the forum, the discussion forum, with all the participants so that they can also be able to know about these data sources and also improve on the future activities or the trainings that RCMRD will be conducting. So when we go further into the next slides, you'll see that what the processes we've gone through is the same thing that is being displayed in the subsequent slides. So this is for accessing Landsat. This is for Sentinel acquisition process. This is for TAMSAT. This is for population. This is for land degradation, built up areas, and so forth from the different geoportals. This one that we couldn't take you through here, but under GMS and Africa project, there is what is called the e-stations that has been distributed to different institutions, including RCMRD. So these e-station data sets are already having the different Earth observation data sets within them. We couldn't take you through this because this can only be done from the institution that is having the program. So this is basically the process. So the first is you can be able to see the different data sets, the missing records and so forth, the uniformity of the data here. And then click on the link, another section where you can be able to select the product that you want, and can be able to export this product and be able to use it for your purpose. But I'll quickly take you through what ICPAC has developed, which is almost the same as what you're seeing in this e-station slide. So when you search in your browser the gms.icpac.net website, you should be able to access this website that is undergoing development. You sign up to the website. I've already done this, so I'll just log in with my credentials, and then when you sign in, you can be able to see under the data center. You can click on the data center, and you can be able to obtain the vegetation data sets, which of different versions. You have the NDVI, the dry matter productivity, the FAPA, the F cover, and the leaf area index. So these data sets are available here. For now, not all of them have been put on the website, but you can be able to, if we click on download, you can be able to see that if you specify the period, it only stops in 2014. So they are still going to add more data sets so that it goes as far as the year 1990 or 1980s backwards. And then you can be able to select the country of your interest. As you can see, all the 10 East African countries are represented here. So if you pick Djibouti, and then if you want Djibouti completely, the whole national Djibouti data, then you can stop there. But if you want for maybe a certain region or county or district, then you can be able to select that county or that administrative area. If you're interested in data for protected areas and not the administrative boundaries, then you can be able to select those protected areas. But as you can see, this is still undergoing development, so they are yet to add this. So if you want rainfall data under precipitation, you can be able to see Thamsat, which we have downloaded is also here. There's FuseNet, there's Scraps data, there is also App2, which you can be able to click here. And under products, you can pick 10-day average product, 1 monthly data, or you can pick anomaly data, daily anomaly, and then monthly anomalies can also be picked from here. And then the time frame, you define which period from 2001 to maybe 2020, and then you can select the administrative or the district or the country you're interested in. If you want administrative boundaries, you click on administrative boundaries and pick one from here. If you're interested in protected areas, then you check the protected area box instead, and then it will give you a list of those protected areas. If I pick, for example, for Uganda, it will give me the different protected areas in Uganda, Mokishon Falls, Karuma, and so forth, from that you can use and download.